Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another StarCraft shoutcast. Something that I, to be honest, didn't expect to do this fast. It's just 1 week ago that I actually shoutcasted my very first game, or not my very first game, but my very first win playing StarCraft. And now, just 1 week later, after playing for 4 days on the ladder, and not just on the ladder, but also 4 days playing against real human opponents, I actually got promoted to silver, something that I'm actually really proud of. So obviously, I want to share this with you in probably the worst shoutcast that's ever been, not only because the game is very bronzy, but also because I have only shoutcasted 2 StarCraft games, and just in general, I'm not the best shoutcaster. Also, this is not really the best game I've had yet. The game before this one was against ManaCraft, was actually, in my opinion, the best game I've had until now. But let's not digress. Let's just focus this game right here. Maybe I will shoutcast that one too. Well, let's just focus on this game and introduce our players. In the bottom right corner of the map of Coda LE, in the red colors, playing Zerg and going for a 14 or 13 pull here, it's Ario. Going for a lot of aggression here against his blue opponent in the upper left corner of the map. Also playing Zerg, it's Ikslorin, which is the guy that you're listening to right now. Hello. Ikslorin has gone for a very early hatch at 15, and now also a spawning pool. So as we can see, the spawning pool for Ario is just finished right now, while Ikslorin's spawning pool is just started. And yes, I am going to refer to myself in the third person, just because I think that is in the longer one probably better, better for myself. So Ario. Let's just get back to the spawning pool. So Ario is going to be able to do a lot of aggression here, in some ways. But this little time frame is going to be making it possible for him to do some aggression. But on the other hand, it is also not going to be able to really do that much, because he has to run across the map. And also, at that point, Ikslorin is going to have his 2 queens, and that he's just started, they should be out. Though Ario's queen is actually also pretty early here. Though that is probably mainly due to the fact that his spawning pool was so early. So, with an inject here going in, Ario should probably be able to get some circlings off, and with a lot of minerals here, probably could do some damage, but he would have to go in. But Ario chooses to right now to just stay here in the middle. Ikslorin, having his spawning pool finished, and also nearly his queens, and 2 circlings, going out to scout here. Ikslorin may be able to see it. He scouts the Ario's attack, but he doesn't look at the minimap, because, well, I know that. And that means everything is open for attack, meaning that all of these circlings are going to get in here to the natural, killing the queen, and leaving pretty much the natural here without any defense. And Ario is maybe even going to get 3 or at least 2 drones here. And with still 6 circlings, 7 circlings here right now ready to attack, this is going to be pretty hard. Another queen is going to go out for Ikslorin here at the his main, but also some extra circlings going here. Probably this attack has been thrown off with some losses. We have had 3 drones killed for Ikslorin and for Ario, and also a queen, setting Ikslorin's production pretty far back here. But Ikslorin has still 24 workers to 15, meaning that Ikslorin has a pretty big advantage here in his economy. When we're going to see all of these drones going in, we should probably see a boom here in the amount of minerals per minute, as we can see it going up to nearly the double of amount here of what Ario has. Ario in this meantime has actually gone for 2 geysers, getting ready probably to getting some speed, which is also something that he's going to get far ahead for Ikslorin here. Another attack by Ario, but since he has not any numbers here to speak of, this attack has just been thrown off immediately, without anything really done. In total, 6 units have been killed, one of them being the queen and 3 of them being the drones, so 2 circlings on top of this. And Ario has gone back here to the middle, just keeping not board, but map control. Man, I have to stop using the word board control. This is not Hearthstone. There's some trouble here with the queens, as it seems. Ah, okay, this is just this queen for all this, spreading all this creep here. Fair enough. But there's some ejects here that could be going. I really need to have focus on that. But, on the other hand, compared to Ario, Ikslorin has actually saturated at least one of his bases. The main is also now finally pretty much saturated, meaning that his income is still a little bit higher, though Ario's slowly catching up here. Ikslorin also now taking both geysers, though this one is left empty. Also, this one was made way afterwards because this attack by Ario has catched Ikslorin completely off guard. And Ikslorin, because this build is a 3-hatch build by Scarlet, Ikslorin thinks that he should probably go for a 3rd hatchery, and probably not the best since Ario still has map control and still also has the aggression here. Ikslorin still is on the defense, though he has some circlings here and 2 queens here for the defense, but they have to get out onto this onto the 3rd here, or he is just going to lose it immediately to all of these circlings with speed. Ikslorin's speed has just started for a little bit of time ago, and Ikslorin has stopped really producing anything that is circlings and just focusing again on some evolution chambers, and also on Baneling Nest has just been thrown down. And he is going up to Lair Tech now, so we are probably going to see some Mutalisk, as that is the progression from his build. In the meantime, Ario, I just missed that, has gone for Roaches and also Banelings at the same time, and is going to morph in here some Banelings, meaning that he's actually going to be able to deal with all of these circlings very easily. All of these circlings are going to fall like flies if Ario just goes in. The third here for Ikslorin has actually now finally finished. So Ario is probably going to have a pretty good time if he's actually going to go in there. +1 ranged attack is now started, and Ario now finally goes for the 3rd. A really good timing. He probably didn't know it himself, but this timing for him is really great. Just the drones have been gone over to the 3rd, and also it cannot be cancelled anymore. Without any defense here on the 3rd, he's probably going to be able to take it, especially with all of these Banelings just going in on ham on all of these circlings without any microwave, which you cannot really expect here on Bronze League. But 2 queens, and all of Ikslorin's circlings are going to fall down, and all of these drones should be pulled off the mineral line here, but Ikslorin doesn't have the APM, even though that it's up to the 100, or to 200, it isn't anything else than just spamming. And this queen here, the 3rd queen here, is just going to die immediately. Ikslorin just wasting 3 queens, 11 drones, and 500 minerals of structures here. Not really what he would want. And now also even some more circlings are going to be taken by Ario's forces here, and only 2 of them surviving the one over to the natural here. And with that, the 3rd has fallen by, and Ario has taken the 3rd, bringing Ikslorin very far behind. But Ikslorin is still 46 workers to 22, meaning that Ikslorin's amount of workers is still, or income is pretty much double of everything that Ario has. So after a few production cycles, Ikslorin is going to be far ahead here if he is actually going to be able to put everything down. All of Ario's circlings are going to be killed by all of Ikslorin's Banelings, and now all of the circlings go in, surround here on the Roaches. And even though it looks like at first that Ario may be getting the better end here of this, all of these Roaches are falling with still a lot of Banelings and circlings here waiting for Ikslorin. This attack really being shut down. 1+1+1 is halfway through. Ikslorin has gone for the Spire in the meantime, and this Mutalisk, first Mutalisk is already gone up now. Ikslorin actually getting far ahead here. Ario actually now behind, and yes, he has a 3rd hatchery, but that doesn't matter if you have no drones to speak of. He has 15 workers here actually mining on the minerals, and then 6 on top of that for the gas, not doing anything. Ikslorin now actually moving out and taking map control here, moving over to a little bit to the side, so should Ario actually move out now, then Ikslorin can actually go around and cut him off from retreating here. I really like that play, though Ikslorin should probably try and see if he can spread some more creep here. Also, some more injects would be great, and this he should probably, since he now has map control, also go over to getting a third here, which he does right now here at the 15-minute mark. Very late for Ikslorin, but still he has the drones to actually just get straight back into and pretty much actually saturate the base immediately here, the third here. Meaning that his income is going to be way higher than it already is, and it's still double the amount of what Ario has. Ikslorin still building a lot more Mutalisk. Mutalisk 2 is now just started, and Mutalisk 1 plus 1 attack is just halfway through, and Baneling speed, though a little bit late, is also started now. Ikslorin, though he actually floated a lot of minerals earlier, is finally getting down again. There were some injects that were missed, and also he was supply blocked, meaning that he was floating, but it's going down now. Ario, in the meantime, has actually been able to keep him away from floating, but that is mainly just due to the fact that it has pretty much no income compared to what Ikslorin has here. Ikslorin still building more circlings, building more Mutalisks, and just keep on upgrading and making some spines here to pretty much support and defend here the third hatchery. That is going up right now here at the 16-minute mark. Finally is finished. All of Ikslorin's forces are now moving over to the middle, destroying or killing one Hydralisk, if I remember correctly. Yes, this is the second attempt at shoutcasting in this game. The first one was awful. Hopefully this one is better, but only means that I can analyze this thing better. And cheat a little bit in my shoutcasting. Some more injects seem to be missing here, and also the saturation on this space is not really the best here, and there's still a lot of workers here that should be transferred over to the third here, which has only 2. To be honest, even though his income is pretty much double the amount of what Ario has, it's still certainly not what Ikslorin would want or Ikslorin could actually get here. Ikslorin now moving into the third here, seeing all of Ario's army and just saying, nope, I don't want to go in there. Why should I? Just go straight around the army here of Ario, going to try and see if he can get these stones down, not stones, rocks down just before +2/+2 actually hits. And still also waiting. Ario going for some, I'm pretty sure these are not Vipers, but I'm just going to call them that anyway. But pretty good answer to all of these Mutalisks as they are anti-air. But on the other hand, they also cannot do anything with all of these upgrades and with the amount of stuff that Ikslorin has. And he just ignores the army of Ario, moves straight around, right into the natural here, destroys each and every drone, getting revenge for all the 12 drones that Ario had earlier. Goes straight in further into the killing the Spire, and now also kills everything that Ario has. Each Mutalisk and each Viper, whatever these freaking things are called, is going down because of this upgrade advantage. Actually moving further and killing each and every tech thing that Ario has. GG is called, and Ikslorin wins the game. Pretty much just due to the fact that he has had such a better economy and has been able to shut down Ario's early aggression here. Really well played by Ikslorin. Well, that sounds a lot very egoistic, but well, okay, whatever. And with that, Ikslorin is now a Silver League player, just after playing for 4 days on the ladder. GG, well played, and thank you for watching. I will probably not be back soon for a Gold League game, though I will maybe just shoutcast some fun games that I've had. Maybe I will shoutcast that Minecraft game, because I think at least that game was pretty good, especially since I was doing some choices or moving my army and attacking really with some choices that I really liked. So because of that, I may just do that, but I won't say that for certain. Thank you for watching. I may be back soon, I don't know. Nearly there. We're nearly there. We're floating the game. Tralala. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.